Speak on something that I've done, which is my wrestling career, but my present, successes with my family. So my name is Ryck Stevens. A bit about myself. I was born in Guyana, South America. So most people, when they hear of Guyana, they think of Jim Jones. The good thing about that, I'm going to say for the Guyanese people, none of us drank the Kool-Aid. They actually left. The next thing that I wanted to do as a kid when I heard of, when I got a chance to make something for myself was to change that narrative for Guyana.
All right.
My first time seeing wrestling, I was 8 years old. We didn't have a TV. So to go to see wrestling, we had to go to a neighbor's house, and they would allow us to watch through the window from the outside. They wouldn't let the kids inside because we were usually dirty. So I saw wrestling for the first time when I was 8, and it's just something that I fell in love with. But who would have thought a kid from a third world country that we didn't have wrestling in Guyana, we didn't have much in Guyana, would get a chance to come to America to live his dream. So in my pursuit of wrestling, I became a fan. In order to watch wrestling on the weekends, on Sundays, I'd have to do my chores on Saturday, which was to sweep the yard, to fetch water from the spring to my house. And this is in the 80s, this isn't way back when. So to fill up, I had to fill up 2 tubs and a drum every day. That was my journey. And it wasn't from the backyard to here, it was at least a quarter of a mile away, carrying 2 buckets of water to fill up these things. I've gotten in a lot of trouble because I would stop and play and forget that I had work to do. And in Guyana, we had a little bit of corporal punishment when you didn't do your chores. But in order to follow through, to be able to see something that I love, Saturdays was my chore day. I'd have to walk about 1.5 miles to my brother's house to spend the night to be able to watch wrestling on Sundays. When I came to America when I was 11 years old, we had 1 TV. And my older brother did his best to, this is a different brother, to make sure, to prove to me how fake wrestling was. So every chance he saw something that he could disprove with wrestling, I saw it as a challenge, as if they can convince people that this fake thing is real, I want to do that. As I continued to grow in wrestling, I got a bit older. I didn't think I was going to be my size, because if you see my family, you'll know why. My mom is 5'3", my dad is 5'6".
Oh, wow.
My brothers are 5'8", 5'9", so I assumed that was going to be my size. But I got into the gym, I got into working out, and I started to grow. I worked out just a bit. Just a bit. When I got a chance to become a wrestler, my mom asked me one thing. She said, the very least you can do is get a degree. So I went to school, and I punished for 4 years, and I got the degree, studied for law school, took the LSAT, passed, but found a wrestling school and started there, and I chose wrestling instead.
Amen.
For a long time, she didn't talk to me when it came to school, because until she saw me on TV, then she was like, okay, this is what you were doing, so you follow the passion, and I got to live my dream. The best thing when I won this belt, I'm fast forwarding a bit, my dad, I called my dad, it was February, right around this time, in 2010. First person I called was my dad, because he would watch wrestling with me. And in his awesome Guyanese accent, he said, Ryck BHM did it. You're a champion in the world. A month later, he passed. So, I buried him on April 3rd, 2010. On April 3rd, 2011, I was walking out in front of 90,000 people to wrestle, in front of 1 million plus people. So my story, if I could wrap it up, is to say, I got a chance to see something that I fell in love with at a young age. America gave me that opportunity to pursue that. And putting myself through a lot of different challenges, I got a chance to live my dream. So, for this Black History Month, I want to thank God, because if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't have been anything for me. I can tell you about the stories of living in a neighborhood that had the gangs called the Decepticons, and then moving to a neighborhood that had the gangs with the Bloods, and then moving from the Bloods neighborhood to the Crips, and God kept me. So, I thank God for the past. Being a champion was great. Seeing the world was phenomenal. I've been to every continent. I've been to, I think, only 2 states in America that I haven't been to, which is Wyoming and Alaska. Not excited to go either. But the best thing that, when it comes to, I guess, Black history success for me, it was being able to meet my wife, having my son, and then my daughter later, she'll be speaking later, having my family. My success is to make sure that I can transfer the passion that I had to them and make sure that they change the world also. Thank you very much.